It's been 37 days since Nathan Jones took over here as manager at St Mary's following the sacking of Ralph Hasenhüttl. The Welsh manager has a big job on his hands as Saints sits second bottom of the Premier League with only 12 points and 3 wins this season. However, they have some favourable fixtures coming up, including Nottingham Forest, Everton and Aston Villa. If they have any chance of survival this season, their star striker Che Adams needs to hit form.
So to Noah Hume now in our sports studio. Noah, seems to be a little bit of a soap opera at Manchester United at the moment. What exactly has been going on?
Well, the main character of this soap opera has certainly been Portuguese superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, who last Wednesday went on Talk TV and was interviewed by Piers Morgan, where he was very critical of Manchester United. He started by saying that he felt betrayed by the club, that senior executives at the club wanted him to leave. He also took a big swipe at manager Erik ten Hag, who he said he had no respect for, as the manager had no respect for Cristiano himself. He also was very critical of the owners of Manchester United, the Glazers. He felt that they didn't care about the club and were only in it for financial gain. And also he felt that the youngsters at the club as well, they weren't really bothered. He also took a fairly big swipe at his former teammates Gary Neville and Wayne Rooney, who were critical of Cristiano Ronaldo in the media, and Ronaldo was not happy with that. But last night it was announced that Cristiano Ronaldo left Manchester United by mutual consent with immediate effect, so he will not be returning to the club after the World Cup.
Do you think the club are right to release him from his contract last night?
I think the majority of the fans would say that the club made the right call. He disrespected the club with the interview, so I think going on it would not really be a very good match. I think mostly everyone saw it coming. I think it was inevitable and a bit of relief, especially for the manager Erik ten Hag. I think Ronaldo, it's what he wanted as well. I think he went into the interview knowing full well that he would not be returning to Manchester United afterwards. But I think you have to refer to what Sir Alex Ferguson said, that no player was bigger than the club, and when they felt that they were bigger than the club, they should move on.
And just briefly, Noah, do you think this is going to affect Ronaldo's legacy with the Man United fans?
Well, Ronaldo, he scored over 145 goals in 346 appearances, so he will always go down as a club legend. But I think he may have tarnished his reputation with some of the fans, as we saw a few weeks ago when he walked off at the Spurs game when he refused to come onto the pitch. So I think most of the fans will wish him well, but also I think he may have tarnished his legendary status at Manchester United.
Noah Hume, thank you.
Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Noah Hume and I'm joined now by James Humphreys. So James, welcome. So first of all, could I just start by asking you about your participation in football up till now?
Yeah, of course. So it all kind of started even from the age of about 2 years old, where I was just kicking the ball around with my dad in the back garden, and it all developed into, I then started playing for my local side, Oxford United, and then shortly after I was absolutely loving it. I was playing about 5 or 6 times a week, and I was playing it all the time, and I then slowly moved on to Charlton. I played at Tunbridge Angels and Dartford as well, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out, and now I'm here at Solent. I'm in and out of the team because of an injury at the moment.
Okay, so you said you had time with Charlton and Tunbridge. How did that help you develop your football skills?
So when I was at Charlton, I was quite young. It's from the age of 9 to about 14. So I was still just trying to enjoy football really. But of course, when you're in that type of environment, obviously it's a professional academy. The coaches don't see it the same way, unfortunately, and it kind of sucks the fun out of it a little bit. But then when I moved on to Tunbridge and Dartford, I was slightly older. I was about 16 to 18. And yeah, I did take it very seriously at the time, but again, another injury kind of cut my time there short.
So you said you had an injury. How did that actually happen then?
So the first time I actually had the same injury twice on the same ankle, which obviously hasn't helped. But the first time it happened, it was in pre-season for Dartford. I was having a really good pre-season. I felt fit, I felt strong, I was playing well, and unfortunately, on our AstroTurf pitch there was a sinkhole and I fell down it and I rolled my ankle. I had a grade 2 ankle sprain. My ankle didn't quite feel the same after that, unfortunately. And then I came to Solent, I felt fit again, and unfortunately the same thing happened to the same ankle, so here I am.
So that's quite tough then. So how did that affect you mentally?
So the mental effects were tough, to be honest. Rehab, it always feels like Groundhog Day, to be honest. And after the first time, it was so gruelling for about 3 months. I really didn't want to go through that again. and that's really like stopped my participation in football. Yeah, just constantly doing the exercises, going to the gym day in, day out, trying to strengthen it and stabilise the ankle. Yeah, no, to be honest, it hasn't been a good journey so far.
So what sort of rehab have you been doing? Are you still doing it now?
Yeah, no, I have started recently getting back into it. I took a break over summer, but I'm back in the gym. I'm just trying to stabilise the ankle again, strengthen it up with some calf raises and stuff like that, the supporting muscles. And yeah, hopefully I should be back on the pitch quite soon.
So have you got a time frame of when you're hoping to be back on the pitch?
Well, I haven't at the moment. I'm kind of trying to take the pressure off myself and just focus on actually getting the ankle stabilised, because I did find myself like the mental effects were more challenging than the actual physical side as well, because I find myself on the pitch, I'll be pulling out of tackles, I wouldn't want to run as hard as I could, just because I'm so worried about it reoccurring again.
Yeah. So to yourself, what would you say was your best football memory so far?
So going back to my time at Oxford, we actually had a tournament where if your team won the tournament, you got to play on Wembley. So I actually played a game at Wembley Stadium and I scored a goal.
Wow.
So yeah, that was probably my best sporting moment.
Okay, great. Well, James, thank you for joining me. It's time for a short break now. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with more news and interviews.